Jordan Brand just revealed Travis Scott's new sneaker, and there's a lot of them. Nike Dunk Day is just around the corner, and a whole lot more. Now, for the release recap, it's even drier than last week. So we got the Jordan 7 Chambrays. Did anybody go for these things? And then we also had the Nike Dunk Low Chicago Split, I believe, on the 12th. These actually sold out in most places, and I'm not surprised. It's actually a relatively clean colorway on the Nike Dunk Low. Speaking of dunks and jumping into the upcoming news, we've got a lot of pairs on the way. So let's kick it off with the biggest new update, and that is the CLOT Nike Dunk Low What The. This is the only image that we've seen of this pair of shoes until now. We've actually got a bunch more and a new release date. So when I first saw this image, I was actually pretty excited, but the one thing I did not want on this pair of shoes was a clear toe box. Unfortunately, guys, you not only have one clear toe box, you got two of them. It's basically a combination of all of the previous CLOT and Nike collaborations just slammed into one. If you take a look at this, I believe right pair over here, you've got a clear toe box, and you've also got a somewhat clear mesh panel on the side. Then on this left pair over here, you've got another clear toe box. This one is just more similar to what we saw with the Sacai LD Waffle collab. You're getting a little bit more of a hazy view into your toes, whereas on the other one, it's just HD sweaty toe action. And it looks like it's going to be the final CLOT and Nike collaboration, because as we said last week, CLOT is moving on apparently with Adidas. Either way, if you're after this pair of dunks, they're going to be dropping on August the 4th. Right, we got a couple updates on some other dunks. The first one, a pair that's been super elusive, the freaking Nike Dunk Low Cacao Wow. These have been rumored to release for the longest time, and they were supposed to drop on July the 10th. However, that came and went, and now it's looking like they're going to drop on July the 28th. We got a couple 2024 Nike Dunk Lows. The first one, this one right here, the Miami Dolphins. Now, this image that you're looking at right here, although it looks very official, it's actually just a speculative mock-up of what this could look like. The Nike Dunk Low Black University Gold is going to be coming spring 2024 as well. This one is a little bit more self-explanatory. It's just all over black and gold, kind of very similar to the Michigan pair of Dunk Lows that we already have. All right, let's talk about Nike Dunk Day. It's basically a day where Nike is going to be restocking a bunch of Nike Dunk Lows. So here's every Nike Dunk that's going to be dropping. First up, we got the Nike Dunk Low Medium Olive. This is a women's exclusive colorway. We got the Next Nature Phantom Gold, another women's colorway. We've got the Nike Dunk Low EMB Chicago colorway. This is actually a very nice pair of dunks. We've got the Nike SB Dunk Low Be True. We've got the Dunk Low Midas Gold, the McDonald's pair. That one is an easy pass for me. We've got the Nike Dunk Low Premium Vast Gray. This is another very, very solid colorway. We've got the Nike Dunk Low Graffiti, which I never knew even released. The Nike Dunk Low Needlework, another very, very solid pair. Now, Nike Dunk Day is going to be taking place on July the 27th, so just keep an eye out on the Nike Sneakers app and, of course, the regular Nike app. Last week, we spoke about Nike's plans to release more Kobe sneakers, and now we've got another one which we know is going to be returning next year, Nike Kobe 8 Venice Beach. These originally dropped back in 2013, and they're going to be retroing next summer, so summer 2024, which I guess is pretty appropriate for this colorway of the Kobe 8. Either way, I expect we get a ton of more information on upcoming Kobe sneakers, because it looks like Nike is going to lean into dropping a lot more pairs. All right, let's talk about Travis Scott, because there is a lot to talk about. Travis Scott has a ton of sneakers in the works, like not just his own signature pairs, but also collaborations with already existing Jordan models. So the first one that's going to release is this pair right here, the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low OG Golf. Now, we actually have the best images that we've seen of this sneaker yet, and it doesn't matter if you actually wanted to play golf in these things, everybody's going to be going for them. It does seem like this is actually going to be the final Jordan 1 Low that Travis Scott is going to collaborate on. These are very similar to the reverse mochas in terms of color blocking, but obviously the biggest difference is the fact that this is a golf shoe. Now, these are going to be dropping on October the 13th. That release date seems to be pretty set. We've had a decent amount of rumors of different Travis Scott sneakers that should be dropping either towards the end of this year and early 2024. We've got pairs like the Jordan 3 Travis Scott, the Nike SB Dunk Low Travis Scott that should be dropping. It's not going to be the restock, but something a little bit different. Now, apart from Travis Scott collaborating on Jordan and Nike signature sneakers, he's now going to be getting his own model, which has just been confirmed by Michael Jordan himself. We now know that this upcoming Travis Scott and Jordan brand sneaker is going to be called the Cut the Check. So here's the video that was posted to the Jumpman23 Instagram account. It's basically a FaceTime call between Travis Scott and Jordan brand talking about this sneaker. Now, it's nothing crazy. It's like 10 seconds long, but you can see that Michael Jordan approves of this.
Working on that thing.
I saw it, man. It looks nice, man. You did a good job. I like it. I love it.
Thank you, man. Wow. Thank you.
So yeah, Travis Scott is working on an entire collection, and Michael Jordan loves it. So here's everything we know about the Travis Scott Jordan Cut the Check line. So as you can see, there's 3 different pairs that are going to be dropping this this year. And my guess is that it's going to be this one right here that you can see, the black and white pair, the brown or mocha pair that he was seen wearing on the red carpet, and that other pair that we just got a glimpse of when he was running up the stairs to the stage when he was performing, and it had the cactus jack on the bottom of it. Men's are going to be 200, preschool 100, and toddlers 80 bucks. So those three, it seems like, are going to be dropping here in 2023, and we've also got more that are going to be coming spring 2024. So as of right now, we have 6 different Travis Scott cut the check sneakers, which are all going to be his first signature sneakers with Jordan Brand. 3 of them dropping this year, and the rest are going to be coming 2024. So if he's got 6 pairs of his signature sneaker releasing, and then also is planning Nike SBs and Jordan 3s, the Travis Scott release calendar sounds absolutely insane. We're gonna have to wait and see to see how realistic all of this is. Either way, from these blurry images that we've seen of these sneakers that Travis Scott has been wearing, let me know down in the comment section what you think of them, and are they going to be as hyped as some of his Jordan 1 collaborations? Right, we've got some big updates about the Jordan 4 Red Cement. Take a look at them here. We've got a couple new images, so some actually way better images than we had before. I've really heard some mixed opinions about this pair of 4s. Some people love them and some people absolutely hate them. So I wanted to show you these sneakers and also let you guys know that the release date has been pushed back. It was originally believed that these were going to be dropping early August, I think like August the 5th. However, the release date is now set for September the 9th. From these images, I do think that that red seems pretty overpowering, but I really do imagine that when people actually get these things in, when they see some people wearing these things on foot, I think this pair is going to grow on people. Right, we just got some official images of a pair of Dunks, which looks extremely familiar, but apparently has a new name. The Nike Dunk Low Polar Blue, which pretty much looks like the UNC pair that dropped. I feel like Nike is just going way too crazy with Dunks at this point. Either way, this is a solid option. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a specific release date, but I do imagine that these things are going to drop relatively soon because these are the official images. All right, we got some brand new looks at the upcoming Nike Kobe 6 Reverse Grinch, which I gotta say has a lot of people hyped. Very, very red. It almost looks like a cherry red color. Now, not only do we have these detailed images of this pair of shoes over here, but we've also got some on-foot looks, so you can see what they look like on foot with some matching socks as well. You've even got the insoles, you got the Kobe signature on the back. These things are looking clean. As for a release date, these should be dropping on the 16th of December. Again, I think that release date is pretty much set, but if there's any more updates, I'll let you guys know. We got the first looks at Serena Williams dunks, which are coming later on this year. Nike actually gave her a Disrupt 2 model, which with this color scheme is really, really wild. I'm actually a fan of this print that's on the top of these panels over here. It kind of reminds me of like Soleil Bembury vibes with the topographical print that's over it. There is a lot going on with a bunch of different panels and designs. You were after something that was definitely on the crazier side, or you're a fan of Serena Williams, and these are looking like they're gonna drop on August the 31st. Honestly, I was under the impression that this pair of shoes already released, but here's the Stan Smith Homer Simpson, which is actually going to be dropping August the 18th. Honestly, I think this pair of shoes is kind of funny, but I just feel like it's a little bit more weird at the same time. Obviously, it's a Simpsons collaboration, and they decided to throw the Homer Simpson meme on the back of it. Kind of feels like one of those things with like an out-of-touch corporation trying to get in with the culture. And I mean, I guess for a collaboration, at least they did this one pretty tastefully. Oof, we've got our first on-foot looks at the upcoming Maniere Air Jordan 5s, and I'm liking them, guys. These things are looking clean. Now, I don't know if it's just these images that we're looking at over here, but they seem a lot more black or desaturated than in some of the other images. Like from these images, it looks like you're getting an all-over black pair of 5s with just the kind of yellowed out different plastic pieces. Now, in this shot over here, you can see that burgundy coming through a lot better. You've got the Maniere branding on the actual Air unit, which is pretty sick. You know what? Something I actually really appreciate is the 23 embroidery over here on the back. That's all just black as well, so it kind of just blends into the upper of this sneaker. This is going to be a very wearable option, and I think a pretty solid pair of 5s. So as you guys know, there's going to be 2 different colorways as part of this collaboration, this all over black pair and then a photon dust colorway. The release is looking like it's going to be taking place this November. We got another first look. This time it's the Air Jordan 3 Off Noir. Never know how to say that. Noir. So this is the only image that we have, so not amazing, but at least you can see this colorway. I think previously all we've seen is different speculative mock-up. It's solid. I think the Jordan 3 has had an incredible year this year in 2023, and it looks like we're getting more dope options around the corner. As of right now, the release date for these is set to be December the 7th, so hopefully we get a lot of better images before then. We also got first looks at the Nike Ja 1 Halloween colorway. I gotta say, this is actually a solid pair of Halloween sneakers. It's not that crazy crazy. There's just more subtle hints towards Halloween. Some very close-up images of this pair of shoes, but I don't think it's too bad. As of right now, the release date for these is October this year, which makes a lot of sense. That's when Halloween is. Right, we finally officially know where Kyrie Irving is going to. So obviously, with everything that happened at Nike, they ended the relationship, and he's now signed a 5-year deal with Chinese brand Anta. Now all of Kyrie Irving's Nike shoes were pulled off of shelves, so he's going to be repping Anta sneakers during his game. He's actually been named Chief Creative Officer, so I imagine he's going to come up with some of his own designs as well. We also got our first looks at Devin Booker's first signature sneaker called the Nike Book 1. This one over here, all over black with the, I guess, iced out outsole. And then there's this one over here, which actually looks pretty different. Is this a different sneaker? Okay, yeah, this is the Nike Craftsman Orange. I don't know why it's in here, maybe just because it looks similar. Either way, I think it's pretty clean. Now, obviously, these are the first images, so yeah, there's no specific release date yet. Stone Island and New Balance have another sneaker in the pipeline. Unfortunately, it's another serious running pair of shoes. I wish they did something a little bit more lifestyle oriented. That midsole stack is massive, and it's even got like some separation over here, potentially a carbon fiber plate that runs through it. It's pretty hard to see, but I really like the design of it in general. They look like they're going to be insanely comfortable, so it might be something that I want to try out. Either way, the Stone Island New Balance TDS Fuel Cells C_110 is going to be dropping on July the 28th. We got another pair of Jordan 1 lows in the pipeline. This one right here, the University Red, is going to be dropping October the 13th, and they're pretty simple, just all over white and red. That's about it. Now, we've seen a decent amount of Jordan 1 lows this year, including some really solid upcoming ones like the black toes. I think those are going to be most people's priorities. But if you wanted something pretty simple and clean, I think this is a great option. All right, final story for today. You know, we like to end things off with a bang. So how about Shein facing a RICO lawsuit case? I'm sure most of you guys know Shein, but it's pretty much the place for fast fashion. It's a Chinese company that has been in hot water plenty of times in the past for allegedly ripping off other brands. Shein is now facing a RICO lawsuit after being accused of developing an algorithm to identify, steal, and sell trending art. So some of the more interesting things that I could understand from this lawsuit is one, the fact that they're really highlighting Shein's algorithm that they created in order to basically identify trends and then act accordingly to that. Now, it seems like the reason why this is a RICO lawsuit is because they're going after all of Shein's different entities. Look at this graph over here. You can see like the main Shein entity and then all of these smaller ones which spawn off of it. So essentially what they're saying is like typically when Shein gets hit with some kind of copyright or they're infringing on someone's design, they just blame the copyright on one of the smaller entities just to take the rap and they can continue doing this. So the RICO lawsuit covers all of Shein's different entities. He said Shein would basically copy someone's design and produce it in a very small quantity. They'd put it on their website and wait to see if anybody comes after them for copyright infringement. And if they don't hear anything, they ramp up the production and sell this stolen product to millions. Either way, I thought this was super interesting. It's definitely a pretty massive lawsuit. We'll just have to wait and see if it actually comes of anything. Either way, that wraps it up for this week's episode. If there's any sneakers that I didn't talk about in today's video, check out last week's episode.